let's just get the Kaya Gate stuff out of the way so we can get into the actual news. So people aren't asking about it. So we can just get through all of it.
Mentioning how...
Silence. Moid. A feminist is speaking. All right, let's watch.
Fundamentally don't understand how, like, any of the dog training stuff works either. Like, they don't realize that even the e-collars that do shock are unironically used to train fucking like service dogs and shit. They think it's like dog abuse in general. That's part of the reason why so many trainers have come out and been like, you guys are wrong. Like, shock collars are not like tasing the dog. It's like a TENS machine. I have literally fucking shocked myself in the past. Like, so people are just like oblivious to that in general. So wait, hold up. Oh, we got a discount code that Jeremy sent me. Okay, I'm gonna have Jeremy Scahill on later today as well. Yes.
What the fuck is that TikTok? It's from a Hasanabi head that's having fun with the Raiden memes.
Thank you. Shock collars are not wrong. I mean, they can be used in a wrong way for sure. Stop saying they don't understand. Yeah, we use an e-collar on our hunting dog. I've shocked myself. It's for his safety when hunting. Like, people don't.
That's so disgusting. Where can I see Hassan shock himself? Oh my god.
People don't understand because, like, a lot of people.
Did you hear Hassan's idea for a charity stream? I just don't understand why he doesn't want to give me credit for this. Like, pay up royalties, bitch. All right. I just don't understand, like, why men in this industry are always needing to steal from women. It's just crazy. It's honestly, it's fucked up. It's actually fucked up. It's crazy. We need to fucking take these people to court. That's what we need to do. This is all a large joke. All right.
Think that it's just, you're not supposed to train your dogs at all. You're just supposed to let them fucking roam, not realizing that, like, dogs need structure. They need to work. They need to be, like, very active. They need to get that out of their fucking system. And not only that, but also in an effort to train them, a lot of the, literally the disability dogs, the service dogs, get fucking e-collar trained with, like, a what you would call a shock collar. What did Vanilla May say? Vanilla May said, hi, Kaya. Yeah, it's... So even, like, the most maximalist position that people think happened is not even a remotely controversial incident. It's just like, I was not even angry at Kaya. I was just fucking angry at the situation of my internet being cut out. And I just had a fucking shitty moment. It is what it is. You know? It was something that I also recognize as well. It was just awful. They are wrong. The leading animal behavior organizations oppose them. You guys are spreading misinformation right now.
Oh, okay, that's it. Sorry, I thought there was some more. The son's confused me. Is he saying it's an e-shock collar? I know it's not, but he said it so poorly. No, he was saying that, like, there are trainers that use shock collars for dogs. And now, this is... Okay, sorry, I'm reading chat messages. Now, I tried... whoa, holy shit. I decided to go out of my way and, like, look into dog training and, like, what dog trainers say about collars in general. I had a Biden moment. I should have. And I haven't had a dog, so I can't comment on, like, what I think would be the best thing. And I'm not a dog trainer, so I can't comment on what would be the best thing. I have seen people talk about whether or not shock collars are effective. And there are a lot of dog trainers that refuse to use them completely and entirely, and that they think that you shouldn't use them. And then I've seen other dog trainers say that there are rare instances where it makes sense. I don't even have collars on my cats, so I can't comment on what method is the most effective for training whatever particular dog.
Hassan's hot. Oh, I'm gonna fuck him.
Is it? Okay, Ethan, calm down. I'm sure much like anything else, you can still cause harm. I'm sure you can with the. Sorry, I'm like want to get all my words correct before I get fucking clipped and posted. I'm sure there are lots of dog owners that use shock collars to abuse their dogs. 100%. 100 million percent. Positive reinforcement is all a person needs unless maybe some fringe case. Listen, I'm not going to, again, I've had friends who like, they've told me that their dog is such a creature from hell. They have like a tiny little, it's one of those tiny fluffy dogs. I forget the name of the dog. I don't think it's a Chihuahua. It's some other thing. And they've given their dog to like 10 different dog trainers. And they're all like, I can't train your dog, bro. It's a Pomeranian. Yeah. A friend of mine has a Pomeranian. They're like, I literally can't train this dog. This dog is a freak. Your dog has a problem. Okay. Not one that I can do. Not one that I can fix. Excuse me. Don't look at what dog trainers are saying. Look at what studies are saying. Every dog trainer uses shock collars are going off of outdated information. There's zero scientific evidence that they're more effective than. No, the question is not about whether or not they're more effective. It's about whether or not there are ever instances that you would need to or want to. Again, it's not really like I literally don't have dog. I don't even use collars on my cats. So, and I've trained. All of you guys know, people think you can't train your cats. You absolutely can train your cats. You just only can train them with like positive reinforcement. Some chatter said you can do it with negative. I've never tried that. I only use positive reinforcement because my understanding was cats only respond to positive reinforcement. I train my cats to understand shoulder. And that if I do this, they'll jump on my shoulder on command. So my cats are trained. My cats are trained. And I have trained them to, it's just the way that you train cats is you don't let them do the thing that you don't want them to do. And you positively reward them when they let you do things that they don't want, like cut their nails. Or when you want them to do things that are fun. Like, again, I can, what is it called? I've trained my cat to jump on my shoulder before, and they still do it if I ask them to. Super Cat, prove it. They're not here. I'm not going to like go and grab one of them. I've trained my cats. I've trained my cat to stop eating people food, which was very huge for me because I've told you guys this yesterday and multiple times before, but when I got this cat, the second cat, he would literally like fucking climb you like a fucking tree, balance on your arm like a balancing beam just to eat the food off your fork. And the crazy thing about it too is he doesn't have like food insecurity because I free feed them. And he's like a healthy weight. Like he's a great weight for his breed and like build. So super healthy. Every time I take him to the vet, I'm like, is anything wrong with him? And they're like, he's great. Looks great. And he just really likes to eat, which like, who can blame him? You know, like me too, buddy. Me too. And I literally just had to deny him that shit over and over and over and over and over again for years. For years. And now, and like a lot of like, because you can't punish the cat because then it doesn't really understand. A lot of cats don't really understand what's happening. They just think you're punishing them because you hate them. So like he'll try and get my food and then I have to put him away. Or I have to close the door and eat in the room by myself as he meows at the door. And eventually I would start like giving him treats if he wouldn't bother me for my food. And now he'll ask once. He'll like walk over and be like, that's some really good food you have there. It would be so cool if you gave me some. And then I like pull the plate away and he's like, okay, that's okay. I don't need any. And he goes and like walks over and sits down. So like, if you try hard enough with a cat, you can train them. And also people have trained their cats to like jump through hoops and roll over and paw. Like you can train cats to do a lot. It's just more time and they only really respond to positive reinforcement. So, but there's some really cool videos of people training cats if you guys want to see cool shit. I had a cat that would fetch. My cats, I didn't train them to fetch. They just both like playing fetch. They're just built different like that. There's some Russian cat ladies who have a whole cat circus. Yeah, no, it's really cool. It's really cool that you can train cats to do that. Moving on. Yeah. The thing is, let me think what I wanted to say here. Positive reinforcement people are simply wrong. Like, do they never say no? No is negative reinforcement. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I think when people say negative reinforcement, they're trying to invoke, like, punishment rather than anything else. But, anywho. What was I trying to say? Oh, yeah. I'm sure with dogs do respond to negative reinforcement. And negative reinforcement can be like, you know, saying no or denying them something positive that they otherwise would have gotten. And again, technically, there's positive punishment, negative punishment, positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, right? It's just people call negative reinforcement colloquially, not psychologically. People call negative reinforcement anything negative. So if I use the appropriate psychology terms, other people are like, well, no, that's that. Colloquially, that's what we call this. So I'm just going to use the colloquial terms. But anywho. If you're denying them something or you're, you know, putting them in like the gay baby jail, putting them in timeout or whatever. Yeah. Moving on. The thing that frustrates the shit out of me is like a bunch of people commenting on like a dog. The fact that people feel so comfortable saying that this dog is being abused, having never met the dog, having only gone off of like 10 seconds of footage. 10 seconds of footage compared to the hundreds of hours of footage. And being like, no, that dog is definitely being abused. It's like, that's crazy. That's actually insane. That's actually insane. Certain people get mad even if you just yell at your dog, like, bro, we're getting wild. Yeah. You don't train your cats. You talk to them and explain why it's important. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. The most annoying thing is just like people who don't have dogs and people who don't even give a shit about animals, like Asmongold, doing this faux outrage about what is and what is not acceptable for a dog. It's like, you don't even give a shit. You don't even care about this. Why the fuck are you even commenting? You don't even care about animals. I don't even understand why you're pretending to for a moment. That's what's so crazy about it. These people jumped on a bandwagon based off of nothing. There are thousands of hours of footage of Hassan and Kaya out there. Yeah. Campaign was bad faith to begin with. Yeah. Here's a whole playlist of sorry, I thought you were doing a sarcastic bit of like, here's a full playlist of Kaya being abused, and it's like videos of just Hassan and Kaya. If you want to completely finish with the collar nonsense, made a good video that's actually really, really good. I mean, again, there was like a good like Sasha Grey put out a really good video, genuinely. It was like a really short 4-minute video on all of this. That's kind of like unbeatable. And I'm commenting here based off of, what is it called? Trainers that I've spoken to. Who, there are some animals that are just harder to train. There are some pets that are just more difficult to train. And they just take more time to train them to do something. For whatever particular reason, right? Maybe their breed is just like a little more feisty. Maybe their personality is just a little bit more anti-authoritarian, you know, whatever particular reason. And I will say, as someone who's spoken to someone who has a dog, and they're like, I literally can't find a trainer that will train my fucking dog. I can't. Every single person that gets my dog is like, your dog is from hell. Good luck. And after like a week, they give up. Like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with this stupid Pomeranian fuck. And then all he does is just hurt himself when I'm not there, make a mess, bark at everyone all the time, and no trainer will take no trainer will take my fucking dog. And then other dogs are just like, I think like Boston Terriers, from the people I know who've had Boston Terriers, they like Boston Terriers are just like really nice, friendly dogs. You still have to train them, obviously, but they're just so not mild mannered, but like they just like people so much that they're a good, safe pet to get, a good, safe dog to get. So yeah, there's just temperament or disposition, yeah. And like apparently, and every single Boston Terrier I've met, I will admit, they just like want to give you love. They just do want to give you love. That's it. They're just like, it's like, you are so ugly in like a kind of cute way. They do have a lot of energy though. They do. They do. The thing that you have to train them not to do is like fucking try and climb every single person that you ever introduce them to. Explaining logic to people who've left logic behind a long time ago is a special type of insanity. Yeah. Yeah. Anywho. So yeah, I'm sure that like some dogs you can just do positive reinforcement and it works great and you don't have to do anything else, and wow, excellent, wonderful. And I'm sure there are other dogs where like it's a little bit more effort and time. I can't comment on shock collars. I think a lot of people rightfully don't really like shock collars because they don't like the image that it invokes. I've seen some people talking about how like because certain dog breeds are so big, like have you guys seen a Great Dane next to a human being? These are where's that one image where it's like, bro got to start paying rent? Let me see if I can this. I love my dog, but this motherfucker got to start paying rent. And can I just say, dude, a family friend of mine has a Great Dane, and these dogs are huge. Holy shit. Oh my God. These things eat like a horse. They're massive. I was like, they're very like, well, they have a great temperament in general, but yeah, these dogs are huge. That's a horse, bro. No, but really, like, look at this. I think they can weigh up to like 150 pounds or more or something. This is a normal human-sized adult. Bruh. Bruh. So anyways, yeah, like all of that was to say, like, the structure of like different dogs is going to be different. I know, crazy. Different dog breeds are going to have different levels of neck meat, as Hassan likes to say. So I think when people are like imagining shock collars, they're imagining it on like a little chihuahua, and that seems crazy. To be honest with you, I don't even think you can train chihuahuas to do anything. I think chihuahuas just like live in rage until they die, which like honestly kind of based. But again, I'm not going to comment. I think people again rightfully have it invokes a terrible image to think of like an animal getting shocked. Like nobody really likes that. I don't like it. I don't like the idea of it. But I also understand that, like, it's weird for me to say something beyond that, if that makes sense. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. What do you think about him agreeing that he should wear a shock collar for donations to a charity? He should. Will XQC pay the 50K? That's a great question. I'm gonna go with no. No, he won't. And comment like you're an expert. That way you'll be on par with 99% of the conversation around it. I know, right? Yeah. Anywho, on that topic. It doesn't matter anyways because he's already shown people that it's not a fucking shock collar. Is that a tiny person or a massive dog? It's a massive dog. Did you see the community note was posted and removed because it said XQC paid the 50K? That's hilarious. So why won't he admit that he vibrated her? What are you talking about? He did. What? Unpopular opinion, I use positive reinforcement for my dogs. English, Mastiff and Cane Corso. I think it's the right way, backed by science. Dog training industry is not regulated. Any trainer has education and certs will agree. That being said, Hassan is not a dog trainer. He trusts his dog trainer. Why are we blaming the pet parents? I mean, again, like I said, like, oh God. Sorry. What was I gonna say? Still vibrating scared the dog. I'm not even gonna comment on that. I have no words. I have no words. Anyways, the shit that I've seen online is like, and this is coming from someone who I don't like the idea of a shock collar. I really don't like the idea of a shock collar. I don't like the idea of like anyone having shock collars. I don't like the idea of anyone using shock collars, but I also recognize that I'm not a dog trainer, so I genuinely don't know if there are any instances where you should. And I'm sure that if you just fucking turn a shock collar up to the fucking max on a little chihuahua, you're going to cause it severe pain. I'm sure. And I'm sure that people abuse shock collars and do abuse their dogs. I mean, people abuse their dogs without even having shock collars or needing shock collars. And I'm against shock collars again because I don't like the idea of people being able to just fucking shock their dogs on command. But it also seems bizarro for me to say that, like, no one has ever used this product correctly ever in the past before ever. I can say this confidently as someone who's never had dogs and isn't a dog trainer. Like, what the fuck? I don't know what the correct neck meat ratio to, like, zap scale is for it to be ethical. I don't fucking know. I just know that I don't like the idea of a shock collar. Okay. You see Ethan shocked himself with one and he said it didn't hurt. I did see this like very briefly. I saw that like he did some stream also and like shocked himself or something. He got the thing and then he like tried to shock himself or something and he said it didn't hurt. I don't have the clip on hand. So I don't know where it is. I can try and find it. But again, it's like, I mean, have you guys ever had someone zap you with a piece of gum before? Have you guys experienced this before? What? No. Gum? Yeah, the like little like prank, the buzzer gum. Hey, do you want a piece of gum? Gotcha. It's not gum. You got zapped. You guys know what I'm talking about? No, you guys don't know. What? Prank gum. Yeah, the prank gum. The buzzer thing. Yeah. The buzzer handshake thing in the cartoons. Oh my god, I remember this. Yeah, this is back before we had phones, guys. Okay, this is back before we had permanent entertainment on our phones. All right, sorry to be a boomer. I just barely got this at the tail end. And you know what sucks? I didn't even get to get old enough to have disposable income to do it to other people. It just happened to me. It's fucking terrible. But anywho, there are like scales on it. Again, I'm against shock collars. I would like us to not use any shock collars. And I don't want to give like dog abusers more tools to use to abuse their dogs. If there are some dog owners that think that, you know, if you put it on like the lowest setting or whatever, it's fine. I don't like the idea of it. I don't like the idea of anyone having a shock collar. If Hassan had a shock collar for Kaya, and Kaya seems already so mild-mannered, so I don't know why she would even need a shock collar. Like, she doesn't seem like the type of dog that would need one. But I don't own Kaya. Like, I'm not her trainer. Also, he didn't even say that he vibrated Kaya in the clip, just that the collar vibrates. Oh, okay. There's also zero evidence of shock collar. You know, this one piece of footage here is this one piece of footage shows, actually, excuse you, this one tiny piece of footage shows here that there seems to be something on the back of the collar that we photoshopped in to look like a piece of tape. This altered pic shows tape. It must clearly be covering prongs. It's so insane. All right. Funniest part is right-wing dog trainer American Standard Dog Training was under the assumption that he used it and commended him, and while right-wingers are calling him out, that's insane. Like, half the right-wingers are like, I love shocking my dog, and I love that Hassan did that. And the other half the right-wingers are like, actually, that's literally abuse, and you should never do that. Also, I never train my dog. Again, that's why I say, I will not, I will die on the hill that anyone who says that the vibration collar is abuse is just someone who doesn't train their animals. If you think the equivalent of your phone vibrating in your pocket is abusing an animal, you literally just don't like to train your animals. Not shock collars, vibration collars. And I've seen these idiots on my fucking timeline that are like, okay, obviously shock collars are wrong, but I also think vibration collars are abuse. It's like, you have to be the fuck that like just, no, he doesn't bite. And your dog is like, and it's like snarling, like fucking foaming at the mouth at me. It's like, bro, he looks like he bites. He looks like he bites. Can you just get like a collar or something? And her name is Princess. All right. Mayor Cat, what's wrong? Do you want love? He's just sitting on top of the shelf. He's like, wah, wah. You can see his little tail. Wah, my life is so hard. All right. I've legit been told by people that if the dog sleeps on the bed for 4 hours straight, that's abuse. I think people just don't know that like dogs and cats sleep for like 16 plus hours. Like they sleep a lot more than we do. Especially from what I read, chows, they're very eepy dogs. Our world is so unserious. I know. It's just so insane. It's so ridiculous. Even my wife knows about this, and she's not an online person. She heard it in a mom group that she goes to. The moms were on Hassan's side, at least. How is he doing it? He can't keep getting away with it. No, they just don't give a fuck. They're moving the goalposts constantly. My 5-pound dogs sleep most of the day. It's idiotic. Yeah. It's also like, I mean, this is one instance where I would say that your dogs and cats are kind of like people, where I don't know if you guys have experienced this. If you spend the whole day doing nothing, you'll struggle to fall asleep because you're not like tired because you kind of spent the day doing nothing. Or like if you spend a week, I don't know if anyone's like had like a workcation before, like a staycation, whatever the fuck they're called, where you just like do nothing for like a week straight. And like, it's like you've been awake for 20 hours and you're like, I'm not tired at all. And it's because you haven't expended any energy. So you're not like exhausted yet. Your brain isn't exhausted and your body isn't exhausted. So you're just like, I'm still awake. Can I go to bed now? It's the same thing with pets, right? If they get a lot of playtime and a lot of exercise, they're going to want to just like relax and recharge. If your dog is sleeping for 5 hours, maybe it's because you just took it out for an hour for running and playing with other dogs. Of course, my dog is going to sleep a lot. What is it going to do? Start playing Valorant? My dog must be happy because it's constantly walking around the house all day. It's like, no, it's probably walking around the house all day because it's bored and it wants to expend its energy. Like, it's way more concerning to see like a dog like pacing around and like constantly walking in and out of frame. Having spent a lot of time with Lana and Lana's dogs, it's like I've learned a lot of dog behavior, which has been fun because I've never owned dogs, so it's been fun to watch and like learn how dogs act a little bit more.
Denims is streaming,
and like they'll be totally chill, except for her puppy. Her puppy's a maniac, but they'll be totally chill and they're just like sleeping and napping and sleeping, and then after like 3-4 hours, suddenly they're all like excited and they're like pacing and they want to go outside, and they just will keep pacing and pacing and pacing until they get taken outside. And then as soon as they get back, right to sleep. That's so cute. That's so cute. And this cat has active suicidal ideation because of woke shock training. Yeah. No, clickers are like, I highly recommend, if anyone here is trying to train their cat for anything ever, if you think you can't train your, okay, some cats are untrainable. Let me just say that really quickly. Okay. Let me just say that really quickly. Some cats are untrainable. But if you did want to train your cat and your cat can't do it, what if your cat's deaf? Then you have a cat that meows really loudly, which is dope, okay? No, I highly recommend clickers. Clickers are so cool. Or like this is a good video that shows it off, I think. Maybe, hopefully.
Come on. Good girl. I'm Albert.
I've trained my cat to do this.
Mia. Do you know how long it took me to teach me a clicker training? 1 week. Clicker training.
This guy has great energy. Let me see if he show it. Wait.
Girl. Clicker training is fairly simple. You're going to be able to teach your cat almost anything with this system. Okay, let's get into it. 3 steps to clicker train your cat. Step number 1, don't free feed your cat. Step number 2, charge the clicker.
Oh, mine didn't have anything you needed to charge for it.
Step number 3, start marking those behaviors that you want to see more often on your cat. And that's it. Step number 1, don't free feed your cat.
I think if your cat is like still food motivated, it's fine because I free feed my cats and the clickers work fine. But my cats are one of my cats is food motivated. So I give them treats when they do it. But I assume actually not free feeding your cats would be even more effective. But again, I don't have to. It's giving 2014 vlogger vibes. Yeah. Let me see if I can show like them. Here it is.
That you're trying to reinforce a behavior afterwards. Do not make the sound if you're not going to treat your cat. You want to make sure that whenever this device makes a sound, your cat knows that something good happened. Otherwise, you're going to mess the whole thing. What you're going to do to charge the clicker is produce the sound and immediately after give the reward, give a treat. Because I train with Mia quite a lot, I do not use treats. If I use treats, I make sure that I divide them in 3 or 4 pieces instead of giving a full treat because otherwise she would be full and stop listening to me in 2 minutes.
Oh,
so
okay.
Instead of using
I guess this is like you want to see results fast, bro.
treats, I use scribble. It's going to take a while for your cat to understand that after this sound comes a reward. So you want to do this for a while.
What is this static in the background? This is the cat is just permanently getting shocked. The cat is just actually getting electrocuted the whole time.
3.
Anywho, yeah, you just like make the sound and then they understand the sound equals treat. It's dope. Highly recommend. Highly, highly recommend. Clickers for cats. It's great. It's great. If your cat ever does something once in a while and you're like, oh, I wish you would do this all the time. Clicker. The clicker will save you. But anywho. Okay, moving on. The entire house is electric, yeah. He actually just lives in the world that is Andor's prison system. Dude, the way that they talk about Kaya is like, Kaya lives in the Andor prison. Kaya on program. He was actually stopping her from zapping herself. The floor was he's wearing the rubber boots and the floor is actually hot right now. So she was about to touch it and he was like, stop. So he was actually saving her. By shocking her, he was saving her from getting extremely shocked. Also, the air is charged just in case. So stupid. All right. Enough. Okay. Last thing I want to show on this, and then we can move on. Just this. I guess it's gone forever. Darn. I fucking hate goddamn YouTube search. Denims, I actually work at the dog choking factory, and I can confirm that Hassan is a regular. Oh, okay, good to know. Enough about dogs and cats. How do we train humans to use their brains and not be more stupid than most animals? Okay, that's a great question. That is a great question. Now you're talking, okay? I did see this XQC post. This is flawed because the image on the right is from June, so he possibly changed it between now and June, yeah? June, what are you on about? This is literally hours apart. Hours apart, different outfit, and a few things in the background are changed. Actually, true. Apologies. I'm not on the computer. I got my pics wrong. This one.
This is the clip that everybody went crazy.
Fair, but yelping is how they show pain. Yeah, that's why you check and see. Okay, are you fine? Which he did. He like turned around for like 5-10 seconds just to make sure. And she like assumed the position and like went back to sleep. Okay, she looks like she's fine.
Over, and that went viral.
Of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop. Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
Okay, that's the clip that everybody went crazy over. But when I say crazy, I mean it went crazy. Full on Islamophobia, people coming out of the woodworks, calling him the F word, going completely insane, saying he was yelling at his dog. I mean, this is like, isn't this how he always sounds? So, if your dog yelps like that, I'm running over to ask if it's okay. Well, I think this is a really good teaching moment for animal owners. Did you know in most basic training guides that they say if your animal yelps like this, you are not supposed to pay attention to it. Yeah, you're not supposed to tend to the animal because then it associates that shock or that pain with the validation of human attention. So unless your animal is severely injured where you need to
or just like injured
it and get it help. If it's something like this, that's a quick yelp, you're supposed to let it be and not engage too much. Same thing actually goes for dreams, by the way. If your dog is, or your animal is having a nightmare, you're not supposed to wake it up. No matter how bad you feel. I mean, I wouldn't call this yelling, but sure, if that's how you feel. Anyways, this is him showing the collar today.
I ran into this problem a little bit actually. Where my cat was using the cat wheel and I was so happy, so I started giving him treats. And now he only uses the cat wheel if I'm there and I'm there to give him treats. I accidentally rewarded him too hard for doing this thing, so now he doesn't do it on his own time, which is the whole reason I got it, so he could use it on his own time. So anywho, yeah, if you know that the dog is fine and it's not engaging in any other concerning behavior and it let out one yelp, maybe it got its dew claw stuck in something or whatever, you don't want to give it more attention when it's fine because you're training it to know that yelping good. Yelping is how you get me to get you love and attention. That's why he checked on her. I mean, yeah, he like literally turned around and was like, okay, are you good? Okay, you look fine. Rewatch it, Denim. Never mind. I thought you would at least say the video wasn't a good look. I already talked about this yesterday. I already said, and he's already said that the video doesn't look good. He's annoyed because of his like computer and his stream crashing. So he's like being more curt with her. It looks like he reached over to fucking raid in her ass. And obviously he wasn't doing that. And then he says that like his mom spoiled her without giving more information because he didn't realize this clip was going to be so fucking viral that everyone and their moms were going to see it. So when he was saying my mom spoiled her, he wasn't saying she doesn't deserve to be spoiled. She should be tortured and zapped for all of eternity. He was saying she is supposed to stay in her place when I say place until I tell her that she can get off, because that's how you train her to know place until otherwise. And my mom just let her roam the house and sleep on the hardwood floor, which she's not supposed to do because it's bad for her joints. So I don't know what you're like asking me to say something I've one already said, and two, he's already said. Training can fall away so quickly. I mean, yeah. Dude, I tried so hard to train my cats with my family when I lived at home with my family, and I couldn't train them because everyone would just give them treats for everything. It would just be like, oh, you're such a cute little princess. Do you want a treat? It's like, and I begged my family. I was like, please stop giving them treats. You're never going to let me train these fucking cats if you just keep giving them treats whenever they walk up to you. And then they just kept doing it. I'm like, dude, it's a fucking jober. It's so jober. I literally never got to teach my cats to be okay with nail clippings. Whereas like my cats now that I have no one else fucking giving them treats for no reason, they let me cut their nails. And like, again, when cats don't want to, when they don't want something, they will fucking leave, okay? They will wriggle. They will turn into a liquid puddle, and then run somewhere you can't get them. And my cats currently, I'll cut their nails and they'll be like, meow. Meow. How could you do this to me and cut my nails? It's like, stop being a little princess. I literally saw you get your nails stuck in the last 4 objects you stepped on. I know you appreciate this. Stop. Stop it. How could you do this, Mao? But it's because they know, okay, at the end of like nail cutting, nothing is going to happen. I'm not going to get hurt. I'm going to be fine. And then I get a treat. All right. This is never going to end until even Trump says something about it. Some dogs catch on to that shit fast, too. Give a treat to one of mine for doing anything, and they'll try to do it again on their own. Yeah. Alrighty. Enough of that. Enough of that. I think that's enough. I think that's enough of that. Dude, that was peak YouTube poop. That was such good YouTube poop. Back in my garage. Such a blast from the past, dude. Back when the internet was back when we had a simpler time on the internet. Ty Lopez, YouTube poop. This is still the best YouTube
Here in my
poop.
garage, I just bought this new Lamborghini here. It's fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills. But you know what I like a lot more than knowledge? This new Lamborghini here. But you know what I like a lot more than the new Lamborghini here? My TEDx talk where I talk about this
new Lamborghini here.
In fact, I'm a lot more proud of these 7 new Hollywood Hills that I had to get installed to hold 2,000 new Lamborghinis.
Stupid.
It's like the Buffett Warren billionaire says, the more you earn, the more you drive up here in the Hollywood Hills. In fact, the real reason I keep this Lamborghini here is that it's a reminder that dreams are still possible, because it wasn't that long ago that I was in a little Lamborghini sleeping on bookshelves in the Hollywood Hills with only $47 billion in my bank account, and only 47 Lamborghinis in my Lamborghini account, and only 47 hills in my Hollywood account, and only 47 TEDx talks where I talk about Warren Buffett's in my TEDx talks where I talk about Warren Buffett account. But you know what? Something happened that changed my life. I bumped into a Lamborghini and another Lamborghini and a few more Lamborghinis. I found 5 Lamborghinis. I don't call it money anymore. I call it fuel units. You must have enough fuel units. You must have enough Lamborghinis. You must
construct additional pylons.
I'll see you on my website. It's a quick video, and you'll see there absolutely nothing.
Oh God, dude. Oh, sorry. I can't resist. If anyone ever asks what YouTube poop is, because they missed that period of time on YouTube, you have to show them this video. Because the other YouTube poops don't hold up, guys. Trust me. This one holds up. This one still holds up. It's an avant-garde video format. I know, right? Can we go back to this time? That's what I've been saying. Dude, back before algorithms, YouTube was great. YouTube was the best before it had like obscene algorithms that just gave you shit that you would fucking hate. The Les Mis one is still pretty peak though. Okay, that's true. That is true. That is true. I'm just saying, like, a lot of the Gmod ones don't. They don't hold up. Some of those don't hold up at all. Luigi, thank you for the 6 months. Cutie Tripping, thank you for the 3 months. Let me see. Oh no, 6 months. Thank you for the 14 months, Katie. Thanks, guys. Thank you for the hype train. Okay. Wow, let's go, shall we? Shall we go? Okay, let's just get the
people fun.
Oh, I'm so sorry to reopen this can of worms, but as an apology, it is Vanilla Mace, so I wanted to watch this. I'm sorry.
Dog bed. Okay, there's a video of Kaya, Hassan's dog. She's sitting in her dog bed, and she's sitting in her dog bed, and Hassan's like ranting about something, and then Kaya gets up, and he's like, Kaya, like lay down, like lay back down, and then Kaya yelps, and then he's like, Kaya, like what, and then like whatever, Kaya lays back down, and then and then all the fucking Hassan, like people that want Hassan fucking dead were like, he used a shock collar and he's abusing his fucking dog. And then everyone's just like doing all this. Everyone is literally, and it's not even the fact, it's just like the fact that people are going through these, I'm seeing these insane lengths about, like the lengths that people are going to see. They're like editing his picture and turning up the fucking contrast where he showed the collar to be like, no, look, he put tape over it to fucking. I'm like, hey, why do you, and it just, it blows my mind when people care so much about something like that when there's so many worse, more ridiculous.
No, that's not the problem. The problem is like, sorry, this too, but more importantly, oh, sorry, she's a little quiet. The problem is that these people don't actually care about any of these things. Like Asmongold literally says he doesn't give a shit how many dog trials there are, how much animal testing is done on dogs. So like the problem is half the people in this don't even give a shit.
Fucking things.
Yeah, here's the clip.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. It's so stupid. Also too, as somebody who's met fucking Kaya, because all these people on the internet, I'm like, I've fucking met that damn dog. That dog is like.
Isn't it so weird that everyone who's met Kaya says that there's no way that that dog gets abused and it definitely gets super fucking spoiled? And everyone who's never met it is like, that dog is definitely getting abused like crazy.
The sweetest fucking dog ever. And she's like the happiest girl in the fucking world. And the same people that are probably like, Hassan's abusing his dog. Bitch, your fucking dog is in your fucking stuffy ass 78-degree apartment all day long while you're at work for fucking 10 hours a day and you don't keep the fucking AC on and your dog is pissing and shitting all over the fucking floor and it smells like hamster fucking hospital in there. Okay?
That's because Hassan pays them $7,000 a post about lying about Kaya not being abused. Wait, you guys are getting paid?
So I don't want to hear it. And then people, I'm like, girl, that dog lived better than me, okay? Let me tell you something. That fucking dog lived better than me.
Let me just say also, it is, for anyone who's ever had like a work from home job, your pets fucking love you. I will tell you guys, I've shared this story a bunch of times, but I left, the reason I got a second cat was because I came home one day from like going out, hanging out with friends or whatever. And then I hear Wormy at the door and she's just like, meow, 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 meow. And I'm like, how long has she been sitting at the door meowing? Oh my God. And I was like, I'm going to set up a camera and I'm going to set up a recording for the next time I go out to see if she just sits there and meows the whole time. And what she does is she literally sits there and every time she hears footsteps, she meows. And I literally wanted to drink lava. I wanted to jump into a volcano. I felt so bad. And I was like, dude, I'm getting I have to get a second cat. My cat is depressed at home when I'm gone. And I'm not even gone for that long. I stay home most of the time. And then I got a second cat, and it doesn't happen anymore. They do still run at the door when I come home most times, but they are a lot less lonely now because they have each other at least. And anyways, all of that was just to say, average mentally sane cat person. Exactly. All of that is to say, if you have the privilege of being home with your pet, they are already like a billion times happier. They're already so much happier that you can be home. And I'm pretty sure it's like 10 times more with dogs. Because dogs are like, not all dogs, there are some exceptions to the rule or whatever, but like dogs are way more clingy than cats are. But to be clear, cats still need love. Don't let anyone tell you that cats don't need love and attention. Cats definitely do get lonely. Again, my cats they get lonely and they miss me, and then they like run at the door and they don't leave me alone. And I'll like, if I am gone for a weekend, I set up some cameras. I give someone a key to my apartment, and they free feed, so I just leave the food and the water out, and they have a litter robot, so they don't need someone to be here. They have each other. And then if any of the cameras go out or the door closes or anything looks wrong, I can just have the person come over and like take care of them. And when I come back, they are so clingy. They're so fucking clingy. They're literally so clingy. My cat was pretty clingy. He was always sitting at my desk with me, and when I would stand up, he would leave the room with me to the next room all day. Anywho.
Okay. Like, that dog is living lavish. Like, y'all wish you lived Kaya's life. Like, it's that dog is spoiled like a fucking motherfucker. Oh my god.
Yeah, Moy said he has to be hiding it from everyone. It's just so fucking insane. Yeah, he has this shock collar that no one has ever caught onto, even though Hassan literally has guests that randomly drop in by his place.
But yeah. She's such a well-behaved dog, and people will be like, "Well, that's what happens when you do shock therapy." Like, it's not. She's
Wait, what is
literally
this?